Thank you guys for tuning in to One Hell of a Fall, Law and Pandemic. In the final episode, I would like to take the time out to just say it has definitely been an experience. It has definitely been an honor to be able to speak with you guys about how I had to navigate through the first semester of law school up until the time I had got admitted and how I got here now. And it's only going to continue. It's only going to move up from here. So if you feel like you have your own experiences and your own adversarial circumstances that you think you may or may not overcome, it's only to be viewed as a test to reach new heights. It's only going to be temporary up until you're supposed to do the next best thing for you. Always make sure that your next step is your best step, and you will definitely see results in the end. It may not come when you want it to come, but it definitely come when it needs to. So I definitely want to kind of revisit and summarize pretty much how my semester went and my thoughts on how things went in its entirety. So when I first did come in to the semester, to the law school campus, it could be pretty much, should I say, overwhelming. It could be challenging. It could be fierce, and you really wouldn't know what to expect. But the mindset that I had went in there is that I'm my own person. I can only be me. I can only do what I have control of. And if there's something that I'm not willing to accept, or if there are things that I'm willing to make better, then take that approach, take that step. And people will recognize that you're there to do something different that they might or might not do, but y'all goals could still align with one another's to where y'all become healthy competition, how I call it. It's not to jeopardize anybody's position on how they're trying to go about their daily routines, but it's definitely one that you can say, okay, I know this person is going to challenge me. So find those individuals who's going to challenge you to help you reach new horizons as well, because those are key in order to keep growing. Also, another experience I want to talk about was running for class president. And I can tell you, I really didn't have the wherewithal to think I should run for class president, but a lot of individuals, a lot of my classmates encouraged me to do it, which gave the necessary confidence in me to be like, okay, regardless of the negative pushback that I might go through or the negative responses that I might get, there are still people who's there to support someone with genuine goals to help others. So as long as you keep your goals genuine and you know what those goals are and they don't get jeopardized by temporary benefits for something else that doesn't have nothing to do with anything, then people are going to see that, and then people are always going to be in your corner, or should I say the right people will always be in your corner. So with the semester coming to an end, with how everything I thought would go and how things went, it only prepares you to make the next semester that much more better. You already pretty much know what to expect. It was unprecedented times to where we still had to rise to the occasion of doing something that was more than ourselves, or doing something to still further educate yourself or still boost yourself. Everybody has those challenges. You have those challenges. So what are you going to do regardless of the circumstances in order for you to reach your new height, your new goal? Personally, when I came back from 2016, I didn't come back with a lot. So I had to pretty much find a way to develop myself into becoming the individual I am now, and to becoming the individual that I'll see myself being in the future. And I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of self-assessments. I listen before I speak most of the time, because I think you would understand the world or reality that much more differently if you're able to listen first and speak second. And that's just my philosophy on how I navigate. It also allows you to see what are you willing to do differently that you wasn't able to do last time. And so I know I'm going to hit this next semester with a new approach, just like any approach that I would take in life, into a new circumstance and into a new opportunity to do something differently that I might not have done before, that could enhance how the outcome should be in that particular setting. And that's just my personal thoughts on how I plan on approaching the spring semester. I feel good about it. I feel great about it. I don't feel discouraged on how these times went. We had an ice storm. We had power outages. We had everything that you could think of that's got thrown our way, but at the same time, still alive. I'm definitely ready to take on this new challenge into the next semester and just be able to further encourage others to take on new challenges in their life as well. I also want to take the time out to encourage those to take the time to unwind, take the time to rest, take the time to take a breather, and just look at things around you, because I know I can move at 100 miles per hour in any given direction if I see myself going that way. I'm just that tenacious in manner to just see a goal get accomplished. And if that goal is not being accomplished or I have to wait, then I'm already working on something else, like how I am right now talking to you guys. I see this as more therapeutic to take the time out to just kind of unwind and speak to others who may be going through certain similar circumstances, to show that there is somebody that you're able to relate to, somebody who is willing to speak about some of the things you may be uncertain to speak about, because it does make you possibly vulnerable to interpretations or how somebody could misconstrue your message. As a father, I'm going to take the time out to make sure that my children are healthy, are safe, and okay as well, because it can be time consuming with anything that you do. But we always got to realize who are the most valuable to us. And for me, that's my kids first and foremost. So they will be getting a lot of undivided attention from me, because that's what helps me unwind as well, is making sure that they are okay. So if you have that special individual, that significant other, take the time to let them know that they are being heard, they are being seen, they are being noticed, and that they will be taken care of, because that's how I approach my family matters as well. Also, everybody is not meant to walk the same path. I have established numerous of great relationships with a lot of individuals that it was how it needed to be at that moment. And sometimes you do have to kind of venture out to understand yourself better. You can get lost in one setting. You can get lost in one group. So if you feel yourself being confined or constrained by how you're going about certain things, take the time out to explore, take the time out to adventure. Find somewhere that you want to go, where you can afford to go, where we can go during these times, because it's not a lot of places that you can just really maneuver around. But take the time out to just enjoy something different, to see if something can work for you. That's being able to understand if you're able to adapt to certain things or not. I know that for me, my most challenging circumstances did come from being in the military, where I was able to adapt to certain things that I didn't think I was able to adapt to, like being in a war zone. There was only one or two people that I was able to trust at that time before we actually was able to meet up with our unit as a whole in a central location. So understand that you will have to leave some people behind in order to move forward. And that's just pretty much how it's going to be. And that's not to say that you're neglecting them or ignoring them or avoiding them, but you have to be able to understand what you need to do first before you are trying to help and benefit others, which is a very valuable lesson I'm still teaching myself as well. So to wrap it up, I'd just like to take the time out to thank my family, my friends, my parents, my siblings, my cousins, my aunts, those who continue to support me, those who continue to reach out to tell me to keep going, because those are needed, regardless if it's just 2 people or 1 million people. When somebody's telling you to keep going, it's encouraging you to not quit at the end of the day. On those days you may wake up and you tempted to throw it all away. Just, I'm done with it. I think it helps you kind of sit back and realize that, you know, there's a bigger purpose than the one that you may have only for yourself. It's a new agenda that needs to be accomplished. So I definitely appreciate my support groups. I definitely appreciate my family. And I also want to thank Council Row as well. This was the first video and audio podcast recorded here, and I appreciate being able to be a part of just a new benchmark. We could just call it a new benchmark in life to just keep growing, keep making things greater. I definitely plan on continuing new future projects here. It just depends on the topics and the feedback that I get in response to how this one goes. I like to kind of divvy it up, so it probably will be more so series based and not just weekly based. So therefore we can kind of give a focus to one particular thing and then addressing that and being able to address another topic as well. Thank you guys again for tuning in to One Hell of a Fall, Law and Pandemic. I know that you had better things to do other than to listen to me, so I definitely appreciate it. Again, I am DJ Moore. Hopefully everyone is staying safe. Hopefully everyone is continuing to be great, and happy holidays.